Well, Mrs. Fredericks, the new next-door neighbor, showed Jane how she helps Mr. Fredericks in business by being charming to stubborn customers. Jane tried it out on a Mr. Tumley, a stubborn customer of Mr. Ace's, by inviting him to dinner. It worked. This episode takes place the following morning in two scenes: the Ace's bungalow, and then to Mr. Ace's real estate office. But first to the bungalow, where we find Jane with Mrs. Fredericks. Listen.
And it worked just like you said it would.
Of course, my dear, it always does.
But this is the first time I ever tried it.
I hope not the last time, my dear.
It's fun having people over for dinner and then sitting around talking.
It's a woman's touch, my dear.
It is?
Of course. And now tell me everything that happened, my dear.
Well, my dear, first we had dinner. We started off with a fruit cup, and then we
don't bother about the menu, my dear. I mean, what happened after dinner, my dear?
Oh. Well, my dear, after dinner we sat around here talking, just humming and hawing, and Mr. Tumley was laughing and having such a good time. And then the first thing you know, Mr. Ace and Mr. Tumley were talking business. And at first, Mr. Tumley said no, he wouldn't be interested in that property. Then we talked some more, and he laughed some more, and then suddenly, out of a clean sky, he said yes.
He did?
Yes, he said he would be interested. He said he'd been having such a good time laughing and everything, but he just couldn't resist it.
Laughing at what?
Oh, what we were talking about. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't anything important.
Oh, just small talk.
Yes, just small... beg pardon?
Oh, just pleasant conversation after he was well fed.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, they're all alike. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Well, we didn't get that personal, but the thing that surprised me was the way he suddenly said he'd do it.
Well, did he sign anything?
Sign?
Yes, did he sign anything?
Autograph, you mean?
Autograph? No, my dear. I mean, is it absolutely positive that he's going to take this deal your husband's offering him?
Oh, well, he said he would.
Well, have you talked to your husband yet this morning?
Oh, yes, we talked at breakfast.
Oh, what did he say?
Well, he said the coffee was too weak.
Oh, no, Jane. I mean, are you sure the deal will go through? Haven't you called your husband at his office yet this morning?
No, I don't call him at the office unless it's something important.
You haven't called him?
No.
Well, then you're not sure whether he signed up or not.
Well, he said he would.
My dear, what a man says at a dinner party in the evening and what he does the next morning are two different things. You must follow through. Now, you call your husband right away and find out how the deal is coming along. I never let up on Baxter till I'm absolutely certain the deal is signed, sealed, and delivered. Now, go ahead, Jane. Call him up right away.
Now?
Of course. Ask him if it's settled.
Oh, all right. I never thought about that.
All this work you've done so far is just groundwork. You've made it easy for Mr. Ace. Now it's up to him to get the man's name on the dotted line. Your work may be not finished yet, my dear. Many's the time I thought I had our man just where we wanted him, and the next morning he tried to back out. Well, that's where I come in again. Where? I follow through. I don't let up on him until
here he is. Hello? Is that you, dear? How are you, dear? This is Jane. Yes, it is. Didn't you know my voice? Oh. Well, I just called up to follow through. To follow through. What? It's down. What do you mean, keep my head down?
If the man has been in yet to sign the deal.
Oh, dear, has the man been in yet to sign the deal? Mr. Tumley. He hasn't?
I was afraid of that.
I was afraid of that.
Ask him when he's coming in.
Ask him when he's coming in.
No, you ask him.
No, you ask him.
Jane, will you listen to me?
Hold the phone a minute, dear. There's so much noise going on around here, I can't... Oh, what were you expecting? Mr. Neff? Well, what's he coming over for?
Is Mr. Tumley coming?
Is Mr. Tumley coming? Oh, well, that's good.
What time?
It's 10:30.
No, ask him what time he's coming.
Oh, what time is Mr. Tumley coming? 11 o'clock?
Good, that's all you want to know.
Good, that's all I want to know. What? Well, I just called up to find out if Mr. Tumley has been in yet. That's all I... Yes, I know, dear, but it's my business, too, because after all, if I hadn't invited him to dinner last night... Hello? Hello? Oh, cut off. Isn't that terrible?
Oh, Mr. Tumley didn't sign yet.
No, but he expects him there this morning. Mr. Neff is coming over, too.
Well, you just trot yourself right down there.
Where?
To your husband's office. You've got to make sure this deal is signed. There mustn't be a slip-up. You've got to be there to make sure that the deal is consummated.
I do?
Of course. Now, Jane, hurry. There's no time to lose.
All right. I think I'll wear my blue trim.
I have the car here. I'll have Roy drive you down. You mustn't get there too late. Now, hurry and get dressed.
Oh, I'll be ready in a jitney. It's awfully nice of you to let me use your car.
And so you see, Mr. Knapp, being that this is about the biggest deal we put over in this office, I thought my partner ought to be here to see that everything is done just right.
Yes, that's right. I wanted to be here for this.
I thought you would.
So you finally landed Tumley.
Yeah.
I never thought you could.
Well, I did. It took some expert salesmanship, but I finally managed.
We'll see how you did it. Tough customer, that Tumley.
Well, I had him out to the house for dinner last night. The man likes to eat. I found that out.
Yes, that's all he does, eat and have a good time.
Yeah, he certainly enjoys himself. Well, I showed him a good time. We sat around, had some laughs, and I finally managed to win him over to our side.
I thought his mind was made up to build on that other corner.
Oh, it was. I talked him out of that.
Well, you did a good job.
Well, thanks, Mr. Neff. That's the first compliment I've had from you.
Well, it's the first time you did anything that deserved a
Oh,
compliment.
now, Mr. Neff, we haven't been doing bad here.
No, but this is the first really big deal we put over.
Oh, I know it.
You sure it's all set?
Oh, yes, he said last night he'd be in this morning to settle it.
What time did he say?
11 o'clock.
Well, it's 3 minutes after 11 now. Where is he?
Oh, well, now, you're not going to hold 3 minutes against the man.
My time is worth money. I'm not like Tumley. I don't take my afternoons off to go
Oh,
golfing.
now, wait a minute, Mr. Neff. I don't think we ought to use that tone in front of him. After all, this is a big deal. You said yourself.
Well, why doesn't he get here?
Sorry, I even asked you to come, if that's the way.
What's that?
I say I told Betty to show him right in the minute he comes, and I feel sure that... Oh, here he is now. Good morning, Mr. Tumley.
Good morning, Mr. Ace. Well, and T.Y., how's the blood pressure this morning?
It'll be all right if you kept your appointment on time.
Oh, I'm right on the dot. 11 o'clock by my wristwatch.
Yeah? Where's my watch? 4 minutes after.
Oh, that old grandfather clock you carry around.
Grandfather?
You ought to get a new set of chimes for that old timepiece.
Chimes? Why?
Mr. Tumley, you're always fine. Well, let's sit down here and get this little deal signed out.
Little deal? You know better than that. Not with old T.Y. left sitting there licking his chops.
I just happened to be passing and thought I'd drop in.
Oh, sure. You didn't know a thing about...
No, look here, Tumley.
Mr. Neff, wait just a minute. That was my mistake. I shouldn't have said a little deal. It's a big deal, a very big deal, and I appreciate your giving us a chance to serve you, Mr. Tumley.
We're not giving him anything.
Yeah.
I can sell that corner any day I want to.
Oh, I see. You just haven't been wanting to for the past 5 years. Is that it, T.Y.?
I can afford to keep it vacant for another 5.
Oh, sure. And I'm the guy that can afford to buy it.
Yeah,
You can afford to buy it because your father left you a fortune.
You thinking of taking yours with you, T.Y.?
Your father worked hard for his money. He didn't spend his time golfing and fishing.
He didn't spend much of anything.
He attended to business.
Gentlemen.
How about including T.Y.?
Oh, now, wait.
What do you mean by that remark?
Take it any way you like.
Now, wait just a minute. This is a business conference. Are we going to sign these papers or not?
Yes, I guess we might as well get down to business.
Yeah.
Now, that's your rock-bottom price, is it?
Oh, yes, sir. That's the price I quoted you is the best we can do, Mr. Tumley.
Well, it's not too bad. But I would like to go on record as having put one over on T.Y. How about knocking off $5?
$5?
Not 5 cents.
Oh, but Mr. Neff, $5 is nothing on a deal that runs into such big money.
I won't knock off 1 cent.
Well, I want a $5 markdown or I won't sign.
$5. Imagine a deal like that runs into $1,000. You're kidding,
I
aren't
want to
you?
have something to tell the boys out at the golf club.
Oh,
I won't do it. Not a cent less.
Then it's no deal, T.Y. I drive a hard bargain.
Okay, then it's no deal.
Oh, but wait, you're not serious, Mr. Neff.
Are you my partner or his?
But $5 is a joke.
And what a joke. It's a marvelous joke to tell around town.
I never did think much of you as a businessman.
Oh, now.
Thanks. Same to you.
But wait a minute. What's $5, Mr. Neff?
It's the principle of the thing, not the $5.
Oh, no. There's no greater principle in your life than the almighty dollar. Don't give us that principle.
Well, now, this is getting ridiculous. Please, I'll tell you what. You sign the contract as it is, Mr. Tumley, and I'll make a refund of $5 out of my own pocket.
No. I want $5 out of T.Y. there.
Well, this is a surprise.
Oh, Jane, what are you
Well, if
doing?
it isn't my little playmate, come right in. How are you? Glad to see you.
Oh, hello, Mr. Tumley.
Well, you sure look like a midget.
Oh, that old?
What a sexy
Jane, we're busy now. Will you please go on?
Oh, you know Mr. Neff, don't you, Mrs. Ace?
Oh, sure. Hello, Mr. Nair.
Hello. Mr. Neff's about to make me a present of $5.
Oh, you think so, do you?
And you know what we're going to do with it? You and I are going to have lunch.
Lunch? Really?
First time T.Y. Neff bought anybody's lunch in his whole life.
Jane, please.
Well, I've heard enough of this. I'm
No,
going.
now wait, Mr. Neff. Now look, Mr. Tumley, here's the contract.
Give it to me. Give me that contract.
Oh, are you going to sign it now, Mr. Tumley?
Not unless T.Y. come down $5 on the price.
$5? Well, you'll come down $5, won't you, Mr. Nair?
I will not.
A poultry $5? That's just chicken feed.
Chicken. That's a hot one. Did you hear that, T.Y.? Poultry $5 chicken meat?
Isn't this awful? James, please, will you...
Well, come along. If T.Y. won't buy lunch, I will.
But wait a minute, Mr. Tumley. Let's get this deal settled first.
No. Got to take time out to think it over. I'll talk it over with my little playmate here between dances.
Dances? Are we going to dance, too?
Oh, sure. Lunch, dance, sure. Look at the size of me. You wouldn't think I could dance, would you?
Oh, sure you can, Mr. Tumley. I'll bet you're as light as a fender.
Light as What a sense that you were. Light as a feather. You get that one, T.Y.? But Mr. Tumley, if you're just...
Well, it's up to Jane again. She's got to sell Mr. Tumley all over again. Just how well she does, we learn when next we meet the Easy Aces.